Hi everyone, and welcome to this short video made by myself and Fee from Death's Door. And in this video, we're going to be explaining a bit about flower essences and how they can help you. And so hopefully by the end of this, you'll have a bit more of an understanding about what they are, how you can use them, and how you can get hold of them. So I'm going to start by talking first of all about, not going to start with the flower essence actually, I'm going to start talking about essential oils. The reason being, very often we get asked what are flower essences, and there seems to be a sort of a misconception that flower essences are essential oils. They're not. They're very, very different. So I thought it'd be handy to start with essential oils first. Once upon a time, I was an aromatherapy lecturer. I used to work at Southampton City College, lecturing in ITEC aromatherapy. So I spent quite a number of years explaining to people what essential oils are. So we're going to start there. So this is a bottle of essential oils. This one's actually juniper berry. Now, first of all, when you buy an essential oil, it's got a little cap there, like a little dripper cap, and there will always be a scent. Oh, now that is beautiful, actually. There will always be a scent. Now, these are highly, highly, highly concentrated plant extracts. They are never to be taken internally. They are not taken internally unless you're medically qualified and recommend that they can be taken internally. Also, they're never used so that you don't drink them, first and foremost. You don't put them into drinks. That's first and foremost. Also, as they're highly concentrated, they're not to be used neat on the skin. They always have to be diluted. Okay. And diluted in a carrot oil, vegetable oil, so that they can be safely administered. So now essential oils come from the physical part of the plant. Okay, so when you think about a juniper bush, for example, how the essential oil is made is the physical plant material is taken, vast quantities of it, and put into basically a big kettle, a huge kettle called a still, a big metal, and it's so water's added, the plant materials added, and it's heated up. And essential oils are volatile liquid extracts from plants, and it's the volatile extracts are released through the heat process, and then they are taken down, and as they cool, taken down a coil where they're cooled down, and then you end up with this highly aromatic liquid volatile extract, which is used for physical use. Okay, so that's an essential oil. You have to be incredibly careful when handling essential oils. Really good to talk to someone professional firsthand. You can also get information on the internet, but it can be a little bit conflicting. So I'd always recommend talk to a trained professional about the safe usage of essential oils. So that's essential oils. It's made from the physical part of the plant, works very physically on the body. For instance, with juniper berry, it's very much used for sort of like helping to clear the body of toxins and helping with, that cleansing process. So that's the essential oil. Now here we have a flower essence. Now this is actually one of my essences. It's nettle essence. So a flower essence is made much more with the non-physical part of the plant. Okay, so the essential oil is very physical, and in the same way that we have our physical anatomy, we have our bones, our muscles, our joints, our sinews. That's the level that essential oils work on. They work on our physical, but we also have a non-physical part of us, what's known as our subtle anatomy. And this part of us includes things like our chakra system, our meridians, our acupuncture points, our emotional body. And that's the level that these guys are working on. They're working on the emotional body and the non-physical. How they're made is made through a process, not steam distillation, but more of an attunement to the plant. So whoever's called to make an essence is invited into a process of attunement with the plant. And in that process of attunement, then the plant offers their energy, their spiritual energy, their non-physical energy into water, which is captured normally in a little bowl of spring water, and often with sunlight, but sometimes moonlight. The energy is released into the water, and that water is then captured and placed into I've got one here actually, a mother tincture, which is a bigger bottle, but a mother tincture, which is half alcohol, half spring water. Sorry, the mother tincture is half alcohol to preserve, and then the flower water, for want of a better word, that the essence was put into. Okay, and then from that's then distilled down into a stock bottle by almost like a homeopathic level. It's very tiny drops in quantities of vodka, and in my case I use organic vodka, but often they've used in brandy. It's the traditional preservative really, and then diluted down again to the dosage level, which is what we then take. So first and foremost, you'll find flower essences come with little dripper bottles like this. There'd be mostly spring water with the energy of the flower or the crystal or the whatever's been harnessed and captured, and a little bit of vodka or organic or brandy, or sometimes cider vinegar if somebody's looking for a non-alcohol alternative. And these drops there's no scent, there's no smell, and you can take them internally. They're in fact designed to be taken internally. So you would take the drops and place them either in your water to drink or directly under the tongue, or we can also use them topically as well. So I hope that's helpful. That's sort of explaining the main difference between essential oils are physical and flower essences are non-physical. So they're working on our emotional anatomy, and that's often the bit that's missed out. That's kind of like the missing link. And as we work holistically, we kind of need to include all the layers and all the levels: physical and mental, emotional and spiritual. So flower essences really help to fill that gap on that healing level. Okay, so now I'm going to hand over to Fee for a little bit more about flower essences and other essences. So thanks, Fee.
Thanks, Sharon. That was really well explained. Really well explained. Essences have such a wide use with such an array of emotions and different spiritual places that you can get into. Most people come into essences via the batch range because that was the original essences. We would recommend Healing Herbs is a really lovely supplier of the batch flower essences. They work with a huge range of emotions. Have a list. There's anger, despair. If you're lying in bed at night and you have persistent thoughts going around your head that you can't switch off, lack of confidence, uncertainty, change, doubt, jealousy, hopelessness, lack of direction, the list is endless of what essences can help balance out within your system. There's many other ranges of essences. Sharon has a beautiful range. I have a range. And over the course of our group, we will be exploring other ranges, including our own, and how they can assist us in becoming more whole and balanced in our everyday lives. Thank you.
Okay, that's great, lovely. Thanks, Fee. And your range is also very beautiful as well. So we'll be hearing more about that as we go through. So yeah, so I hope that's helpful. You've reminded me of one thing actually that I didn't say about the difference between flower essences and essential oils. With essential oils, there are several of them have got what we call contraindications. So for instance, juniper berry is contraindicated for high blood pressure because it has quite a strong action on the kidneys. There's lots of different contraindications for lots of essential oils. So that's where you really do need to come and speak to someone who's trained and qualified and insured in that area to actually explain how to use essential oils safely. So with flower essences, there are no contraindications, okay, because they're not working on that physical level. They're just going to wherever that emotional need is needed, or that energetic need is required. And I often think of them a little bit like a tuning fork, like helping us to come back into harmony with whatever emotion is currently taking us out of harmony because it's just too it's just too strongly playing in our system, it isn't being harmonized, then flower essences come and they act to bring harmony to our system in that way. But we don't need to worry about contraindications with these. They're in the same ways we do with essential oils. That's kind of a really nice thing. So you can very safely administer for yourself. And that was actually what Dr. Patch wanted. He actually wanted to empower humanity. That's why he created a kit so that people could, self-diagnose, okay, what am I feeling? I'm feeling fear, I'm feeling anger, I'm feeling guilt, I'm feeling I can't turn my thoughts off, I'm feeling lack of confidence, I'm feeling jealousy, whatever our feelings are, helplessness, despair. By helping to name that feeling and then to take an essence to help that feeling, we're really on the path to personal power, really, because you don't need anyone to tell you how you're feeling and what you need once you kind of know how to work with a kit of essences. So it's all very self-explanatory there. So so that's quite a nice thing to mention. So as I say, no contraindications, but if you are sensitive to alcohol, either for personal reasons, health reasons, or religious reasons, and you prefer to not have any alcohol in any of the bottles that you take, then you can certainly get non-alcohol and non-alcohol alternatives that you can have. All right, so once again, hope that's helpful. And if you want any more information, please come and join us in our Facebook group, Death's Door, and also keep an eye out for other videos. Okay, thanks everyone. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.